The ships came on a Tuesday. They looked like giant crystals falling from the sky. People all over Earth watched as the strange vessels moved through the clouds, quiet and graceful. News channels showed the same thing everywhere. The aliens had finally come. The biggest ship landed near Detroit, in a place where old factories once stood. Other ships went to different parts of the world, but this one was special. It carried their leader. They called themselves the Seraphim. They looked almost human, but much taller. Their skin changed colors like oil on water. They had 6 eyes that glowed in the dark. Most strange was the floating crown of crystal pieces around their heads. These pieces moved on their own, as if they were alive. The queen of the Seraphim was named Zalara. She was taller than the others, with skin that shifted between deep blue and purple. When she walked, the ground seemed to shimmer beneath her feet. During the day, Zalara stayed inside her ship while other Seraphim met with human leaders. They traded knowledge and showed amazing technology. They even cured 3 diseases that human doctors couldn't fix. But at night, everything changed. Zalara would come out and walk alone through the ruins. Blue light flowed from her hands, turning whatever she touched into crystal. The first time people saw this, they ran away scared. The next day, those crystal areas had changed. Plants grew better there. The air felt cleaner, but no one understood what was happening. Government officials told everyone to stay away from the landing site at night. "It's for your safety," they said on TV. "We don't know what the alien queen is doing." Some people whispered about scouts who went to watch at night and never came back. Others said those who got too close to the blue light changed in strange ways. 5 miles away from the landing site, humans built a research center. Scientists there studied everything about the Seraphim. They tested the air, the soil, and the water near the ship. They recorded all meetings with the aliens and tried to learn their language. Samantha Reeves worked at this center. She had studied alien life possibilities for 15 years, even when other scientists laughed at her. Now she watched the monitors day and night, looking for patterns that others might miss. She noticed something important. Zalara always followed the same path during her night walks. The queen visited places where the land was most damaged by human factories and waste. "I think she's fixing something," Sam told her boss one morning. Her boss, Olivia Martinez, shook her head. "That's not what the military thinks. They say she's mapping our weaknesses, planning something." Sam didn't agree. "Then why do they help us during the day? Why give us medicine and clean energy technology?" "Maybe it's a trick," Olivia said. "The government wants everyone to stay away at night, and that includes you, Sam. Don't get any crazy ideas." But Sam already had ideas. She had been tracking Zalara's movements for weeks now. The pattern was clear. The queen went to the most polluted areas first, then to places where the groundwater was bad, then to spots where old radiation still lingered from past accidents. That evening, Sam heard the news that made up her mind. The International Coalition had declared a mandatory evacuation zone. Starting tomorrow, everyone had to leave the 5-mile area around the Seraphim ship each night. No exceptions. "This is our last chance," Sam told herself as she packed her backpack. She took a camera, water, food bars, a first aid kit, and her research tablet. As other workers left the research center, Sam hid in the basement storage room. When the building was empty and dark, she slipped out into the cool night air. The walk to the alien settlement would take almost an hour. Sam kept to the shadows, avoiding the roads where military vehicles still patrolled. Above her, the stars seemed brighter than usual. The Seraphim ship glowed with soft blue light in the distance. Sam's heart beat fast as she got closer. What she was doing broke every rule. She could lose her job. She might even be arrested as a traitor. But something deep inside told her this was important. If everyone stayed away because of fear, how would they ever learn the truth? The old city looked different now. The Seraphim had built strange structures among the ruins. They looked like towers made of glass and light with no straight lines anywhere. Everything curved and flowed like frozen water. The ground near these buildings sparkled with tiny crystals. Sam found a good hiding spot in an old parking garage that overlooked a wide open area. From here, She could see the main ship and the path that Zalara usually took. She set up her camera and waited. Minutes turned into hours. Sam checked her watch. Almost midnight. Maybe tonight was different. Maybe the Queen wouldn't come out. Then, she saw it. A tall figure emerging from the ship. Zalara moved like water flowing, her steps silent on the ground. The crystal crown around her head expanded in the open air, pieces stretching out as if testing the wind. Blue energy trailed, from her fingertips touching the ground in pulses. Sam held her breath as the alien queen walked closer to her hiding spot. Through her camera, she zoomed in on Zalara's face. The 6 eyes blinked in strange patterns, 3 at a time. The queen stopped near a puddle of old industrial waste. She knelt down and placed her hand over it. The blue energy grew stronger, surrounding the toxic puddle. Sam watched in amazement as the black sludge began to change, breaking down and reforming. Within minutes, the puddle was gone, replaced by clean soil and small crystal formations. She is fixing things, Sam whispered to herself. But why only at night? Why not show everyone? As if hearing her thoughts, Zalara suddenly looked up. All 6 eyes turned directly to Sam's hiding place. Sam froze, not daring to breathe. The eye-eyed queen stared at the parking garage for a long moment, then continued her walk, moving to the next damaged area. Sam stayed hidden until dawn, recording everything she saw. As the sun began to rise, Zalara returned to her ship. The night's work was done. The alien queen had visited 12 locations, transforming each one with her touch. With shaking hands, Sam packed up her equipment. She had to tell someone what she had seen. She had to show them the truth. But as she started to leave her hiding place, she noticed something strange on her camera. The recording showed Zalara walking her usual path, but each time the queen looked toward Sam's hiding spot, the image blurred and distorted. It was as if the queen knew she was being watched and didn't want to be recorded. Sam returned to the research center as the morning sun rose. She slipped inside through a back door and hurried to her small office. No one needed to know she had stayed behind. Not yet. Not until she reviewed her evidence. She connected her camera to her computer and watched the recordings. Most of the video showed exactly what she had seen. Zalara moving from place to place, touching the ground with her blue energy. But every time the queen looked toward Sam's hiding spot, the image became fuzzy. It was like trying to take a picture of a bright light. Strange, Sam whispered. She checked the other equipment she had brought. Her radiation meter showed normal levels. Her air quality sensor showed the air was actually cleaner near the places Zalara had touched. People began arriving for the morning shift. Sam quickly hid her equipment and pretended to be working on yesterday's reports. Olivia stopped by her office. "You're here early," Olivia said, looking surprised. "Couldn't sleep," Sam lied. "Thought I might as well get some work done." Olivia nodded. "The evacuation went well last night. Everyone was out by sunset. Starting tonight, they're extending the zone to 10 miles. 10 miles? Sam asked. "That's twice the distance. Why?" "Something happened last night. Military sensors picked up unusual energy readings. They think the Queen might be expanding her activities." Olivia lowered her voice. "There's talk that she might be preparing something big." Sam wanted to tell Olivia what she had seen, that the Queen was helping, not hurting. But she needed more proof first. The blurry videos wouldn't convince anyone. "I need to check something in the archive," Sam said. "See you at the meeting later." In the archive room, Sam searched through old satellite images of the Detroit area. She found pictures from before the Seraphim arrived, then compared them with new ones taken yesterday. The difference was clear. Areas that had been brown and dead were now showing small green spots. Places where nothing had grown for decades now had tiny plants pushing through the soil. "She's bringing life back," Sam said to herself. "But why only at night? Why keep it secret?" For the next 2 days, Sam attended meetings and did her regular work. But her mind was always on Zalara. She needed to go back and see more. This time, she would get closer. On the 3rd night, Sam snuck out again. The security was tighter now. Military drones flew overhead, scanning the empty zone. Sam had to move carefully, hiding whenever she heard the buzzing sound of a drone nearby. This time she chose a different hiding spot, the second floor of an old library building. It was closer to one of the places where Zalara often stopped. From here, Sam could see better and maybe even hear something. She waited for hours. The night grew cold and Sam wrapped her jacket tighter around herself. Just when she thought Zalara might not come out, the ship's door opened. The alien queen emerged, tall and graceful in the moonlight. Her skin glowed with deeper colors tonight, almost black with swirls of purple and blue. The crystal crown around her head expanded wide, pieces moving like curious fingers exploring the air. Sam held her breath as Zalara walked directly toward the library building. The queen stopped at a small pond nearby. The water looked dirty and still. Zalara knelt down and placed both hands on the surface. Blue energy flowed from her fingers into the water. The pond began to glow. Sam could see things moving under the surface, small creatures coming to life, fish that hadn't lived in these waters for generations. Then something unexpected happened. A deer emerged from the trees nearby. It was limping badly, its leg bleeding from what looked like a deep cut. The animal should have been afraid of Zalara, but instead, it walked right up to her. The queen turned from the pond and faced the injured deer. She reached out one four-fingered hand and touched the animal's wounded leg. Blue energy surrounded the injury. The deer stood still, not moving or showing any sign of fear. Sam leaned forward to see better. Her foot hit an old book, which fell to the floor with a loud thump. Zalara's head snapped up. All six eyes looked directly at the library window where Sam was hiding. The deer, now healed, bounded away into the trees. The queen rose to her full height and walked toward the building. Sam's heart pounded. She should run. She should hide, deeper in the building. But something kept her in place. The same curiosity that had brought her here in the first place. The front door of the library opened. Sam heard soft footsteps on the stairs. Zalara was coming up. There was no place to hide now, nowhere to run. The alien queen appeared in the doorway of the room. She was even taller up close, towering over Sam. The crystal pieces around her head moved like they were studying Sam from all angles. "You've been watching me," Zalara said. But her mouth didn't move. The words appeared directly in Sam's mind, like a thought that wasn't her own. Sam couldn't speak. Her throat felt dry. She managed to nod. "3 nights you have observed," Zalara continued in Sam's mind. "Yet unlike the others, you don't run away. Why?" Finding her courage, Sam spoke. "I want to understand. Everyone is afraid of you, but I've seen you heal that deer. I've seen you clean the water and soil. You're helping, not hurting. Why does everyone think you're dangerous?" The crystal pieces around Zalara's head pulled back slightly. Her 6 eyes blinked in sequence from top to bottom. "Fear is the first response to the unknown," the queen's voice said in Sam's mind. "Your kind sees me as a threat because they do not understand my purpose." "What is your purpose?" Sam asked. "Why do you only come out at night? Why not show everyone what you're doing?" Zalara moved closer. She was less than an arm's length from Sam now. The blue energy around her hands glowed softly. "What I do cannot be done in daylight. The energy requires darkness to balance properly, and it would harm most of your kind to be near it without protection." "Harm them? But I'm fine, and that deer was fine too." Zalara's head tilted slightly. "You are different. You carry a rare genetic marker. Less than 1% of your species has it. It allows you to withstand the quantum realignment energy." Sam didn't understand the words, but she understood the meaning. She was somehow immune to whatever made the blue energy dangerous to others. "The deer and other animals are not affected," Zalara explained. "Only certain humans would experience cellular disruption if exposed directly." "But what exactly are you doing?" Sam pressed. "Why are you here on Earth?" The queen was silent for a moment. Then she extended her hand, palm up toward Sam. "I can show you if you wish to know. But once you see, you cannot unsee. The knowledge will change your understanding of everything." Sam looked at the alien hand offered to her. 4 long fingers, with no nails. skin that seemed to shift colors even as she watched. The blue energy pulsed gently around it. Every logical part of her brain told her to back away, to run, to report this encounter to her superiors. But the scientist in her, the part that had always looked to the stars and wondered, made the decision. Sam reached out and placed her hand in Zalara's. The moment they touched, the world around Sam changed. The room faded away. She saw Earth from space, but not as it usually looked in pictures. She saw energy fields surrounding the planet, complex patterns of light and darkness that she had never known existed, and she saw the damage, huge holes in these fields, tears and breaks that were spreading. She somehow knew that these damaged areas corresponded to places where humans had polluted the most, where they had dumped chemicals, where they had tested weapons, where they had changed the natural balance. "Your world is dying," Zalara's voice said in her mind. "Not the physical planet, but the energy fields that protect it. Without these fields, all life will eventually fade. We have seen it happen to other worlds." The vision shifted, and Sam saw other planets, some dead and gray, others vibrant with life and surrounded by healthy energy fields. "We are healers," Zalara continued. "We travel to worlds in danger and repair what we can. The process must happen in darkness because sunlight disrupts the energy patterns we weave." The vision faded, and Sam was back in the library room. She pulled her hand away from Zalara's, overwhelmed by what she had seen. "So you're fixing our planet?" she asked in a shaky voice. "We are attempting to," Zalara replied. "But the damage is extensive. It will take time, and we cannot succeed without cooperation from your kind. But why keep it secret? Why not tell our leaders what you're doing?" "We tried," the Queen said. "When we first arrived, we explained our purpose, but your leaders were suspicious. They feared our abilities. They believed we had other motives. Rather than risk conflict, we chose to work quietly, to prove our intentions through actions rather than words." Sam thought about this. It made sense. Humans had always feared what they didn't understand. "I need to show people what you showed me," Sam said. "They need to see the truth." "Most cannot see as you have seen," Zalara replied. "The vision would harm them. But perhaps there is another way. You could be a bridge between our kinds." Before Sam could respond, a loud buzzing sound came from outside. A military drone was approaching the library. "You must go," Zalara said. "It is not yet time for others to know of our direct contact." "But when can I see you again?" Sam asked. "I have so many questions." "Return tomorrow night. Come to my ship. Directly. No more hiding. You are welcome among us now." The Queen turned and walked down the stairs. By the time Sam got to the window, Zalara was already moving away. Sam barely slept that night. Her mind kept replaying the vision Zalara had shown her. Earth surrounded by damaged energy fields that no human technology could detect. By morning, she knew she had to tell someone. She couldn't keep this knowledge to herself. At the research center, she found her friend Allison Wright in the lab. Allison was a medical doctor who studied how the Seraphim's presence might affect human health. She was the one person Sam thought might believe her. "I need to talk to you," Sam said, closing the lab door. "Somewhere private." Allison looked up from her microscope. "What's wrong? You look like you haven't slept." "I haven't. Please. This is important." They went to the small break room at the end of the hall. It was empty this early. Sam took a deep breath and told Allison everything. How she had stayed in the evacuation zone, watched Zalara for 3 nights, and finally spoken with the alien queen. "You did what?" Allison's eyes went wide. "Sam, that's against every protocol. You could be arrested, or worse, you could have been hurt." "But I wasn't hurt," Sam insisted. "That's part of what I learned. The blue energy is only harmful to most humans. I have some rare genetic marker that protects me, and Zalara showed me why they're here. They're trying to save Earth, not harm." Allison looked skeptical. "How do you know she wasn't just putting thoughts in your head, manipulating you?" "I can't explain it. But what I saw, felt real. More real than anything I've ever experienced. Sam leaned closer. I'm going back tonight. To her ship. She invited me. You can't be serious, Allison said. That's suicide. If they wanted to hurt us, they could have done it already. They have technology we can't even understand. But instead, they're trying to help. Allison rubbed her forehead. Even if you're right, what do you expect to happen? You think you can change everyone's minds about the Seraphim? I have to try. Will you help me? I need someone to run tests when I get back, to prove that I'm okay after being with them. After. A long pause. Allison nodded. Fine, but you need to wear monitoring equipment, heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, and you need to check in with me every hour. If you don't, I'm calling security. Deal, Sam said, relieved to have an ally they spent the day preparing. Allison gave Sam a small medical monitoring device that would record her vital signs. Sam gathered other equipment, a better camera, air and soil sampling kits, a radiation detector. She needed evidence that others would believe. As evening approached, they heard an announcement over the facility's speaker system. Attention all personnel. The evacuation for tonight will begin in 1 hour. Please prepare to move to the safe zone by 1800 hours. This is not a drill. Sam met Allison in the parking lot. Remember, check in every hour, Allison said, handing Sam a secure phone. And be careful. Don't take any unnecessary risks. I won't, Sam promised. She got in her car and drove away with the other staff members, but instead of going to the safe zone, Sam took a side road that led back toward the Seraphim settlement. She parked her car in an abandoned gas station and continued on foot. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. As darkness fell, Sam approached the alien structures. They looked different now that she wasn't hiding. Beautiful, even. The curved towers reflected the moonlight, creating patterns on the ground. Small lights floated in the air like fireflies, marking a path toward the main ship. Sam followed these lights, her heart beating fast. When she reached the ship, she stopped, unsure what to do next. There was no obvious door or entrance. You came, Zalara's voice said in her mind. I am pleased. A section of the ship's crystal wall became transparent, then opened. Zalara stood inside, her tall figure silhouetted against a soft blue light. Enter, Samantha Reeves. There is much to show you. Sam took a deep breath and stepped into the alien ship. The wall closed behind her, becoming solid again. She was now completely in the Seraphim's world. The inside of the ship looked nothing like human spacecraft. There were no hard edges, no visible control panels, no seats or workstations. Everything flowed together in organic shapes. The walls themselves seemed alive, pulsing gently with light. This way, Zalara said, moving deeper into the ship. Sam followed, trying to take in everything she saw. Other Seraphim moved about, their tall forms acknowledging her with slight nods. None seemed surprised to see a human on board. They entered a large circular room. In the center was a glowing sphere that showed a three-dimensional image of Earth. It rotated slowly, and Sam could see the energy fields that Zalara had shown her in the vision, now visible in even greater detail. This is our work, Zalara explained. We map the damage to your world's quantum fields and repair them section by section. Quantum fields? Sam asked. Is that what surrounds the Earth? In your language, that is the closest term. They are layers of energy that protect planets from cosmic radiation and maintain the balance necessary for life. Your species has damaged these fields without knowing they exist. Other Seraphim entered the room. One approached Sam and held out a small crystal in its hand. This will help you understand, Zalara said. Hold it and focus your thoughts on questions you wish to have answered. Sam carefully took the crystal. It was warm to the touch and seemed to vibrate slightly. As she held it, images and knowledge flowed into her mind. She learned that the Seraphim had visited Earth many times throughout history. They had watched humans evolve and develop technology. They had seen the damage begin with the Industrial Revolution and accelerate in recent decades. She saw how the quantum fields affected everything on Earth: weather patterns, animal migration, plant growth, even human health. The holes in these fields were causing changes that human scientists attributed to other factors. And she learned that the seraphim themselves came from a world much like Earth, orbiting a distant star. They had nearly destroyed their own planet before learning to see and repair the quantum fields. Now they traveled the galaxy, finding other worlds in need of healing. The crystal stores knowledge, Solara explained when Sam finally lowered it. It translates concepts into forms your mind can understand. This is amazing, Sam said. But why me? Why show all this to me? You approached without fear. You sought understanding rather than power. These qualities are rare among your kind. Solara moved closer to the rotating Earth image. And you carry the genetic marker that allows you to withstand our energy. It means you can help us directly with the repairs. Help you? How? The healing process works best when it flows through a native life form. Through you, we can repair areas that would take us much longer to fix alone. Sam's scientific mind raced with questions. Is that why you healed that deer? You were using it to help repair the area? Yes. Animals serve as conduits, but their effect is limited. Humans, with your complex neural systems, can channel the energy much more effectively. The implications were enormous. If what Solara said was true, Sam could help save her planet in ways no one had imagined possible. There is something else you should know, Solara added. The genetic marker you carry, it is not entirely natural to your species. What do you mean? Long ago, when we first visited Earth, some of us chose to remain. They lived among humans, and occasionally their genetic material mixed with yours. The marker is a trace of seraphim DNA that exists in a small percentage of humans today. Sam felt dizzy. Are you saying I'm part alien? That I have seraphim ancestors? Many generations, removed, but yes. It is why you felt drawn to the stars even as a child. It is why you can sense things others cannot. This explains so much about Sam's life. Her fascination with space, her feeling of being different, the strange dreams she sometimes had of floating among the stars. Will you help us, Samantha Reeves? Solara asked. Will you be the bridge between our peoples? Before Sam could answer, an alarm sounded throughout the ship. The walls pulsed with red light instead of blue. What's happening? Sam asked. Solara turned to the Earth image. A section over North America glowed red. Your military has entered the exclusion zone with weapons. They approach our settlement. Another seraphim entered the room quickly, speaking in their own language. A series of musical tones that Sam couldn't understand. They have detected your presence here, Solara told Sam. They believe we have taken you against your will. Sam remembered the medical monitor Allison had given her. It was transmitting her location. It's my fault. I'm wearing a tracking device. We must respond carefully, Solara said. If we use our defensive systems, it will confirm their fears about us. If we do nothing, they may attack. Let me talk to them, Sam suggested. I can explain that I came here willingly, that you're trying to help us. Solara was silent for a moment, communicating with the other seraphim through some unheard method. Then she nodded. We will take you to meet them, but be aware. The energy field protecting our settlement will affect their electronic systems. Their weapons may malfunction, which could make them more fearful. I understand, Sam said. But I have to try. They moved quickly through the ship. Sam tried to send a message to Allison on the secure phone, but it wouldn't work inside the alien vessel. As they neared the exit, Solara stopped. There is little time, so I must ask you now. After you speak with your people, will you return to help us? The soldiers kept their weapons lowered but remained tense. Sam stood in the no man's land between the human military and the alien ship, trying to find the right words to bridge two worlds. The seraphim are healers, she began. They travel to planets where the environment has been damaged. Earth is sick in ways we can't even see, and they're trying to fix it. And how do you know this? The military woman asked. Her name tag read, Frost. They showed me. There are energy fields around our planet. Quantum fields that protect all life from cosmic radiation. Our pollution and technology have damaged these fields. The Seraphim can see and repair them. Olivia stepped forward. Sam, this sounds far-fetched. How do we know they haven't just put these ideas in your head? Sam reached into her pocket and pulled out the small crystal Zalara had given her. This contains their knowledge. It can show you what I've seen. Don't touch that, Frost ordered. It could be a weapon or a mind control device. It's not, Sam insisted. Look, I've been exposed to their technology for hours now. I'm fine. Better than fine, actually. She turned to Olivia. You're a scientist. Test me. Run whatever scans you want. You'll see I'm telling the truth. Frost and Olivia exchanged looks. Finally, Frost nodded. We'll take you back to the research facility, but the crystal stays in a containment unit until we can study it safely. Fine, Sam agreed. But I need to tell Zalara I'm going with you. She'll worry if I just disappear. You want to talk to the alien queen? Now? Frost looked incredulous. Yes. She's right there, watching us. Sam pointed to the ship where Zalara's tall figure was visible in the opening. She needs to know I'm okay and that I'll be back. Frost hesitated, then nodded curtly. Make it quick. Sam walked back toward the ship. As she approached, the floating lights followed her, creating a protective bubble of soft illumination. They're taking me to their facility, she told Zalara. I need to prove to them what you showed me. Will the crystal work for others? Only for those with open minds, Zalara replied in Sam's thoughts. And only for short periods. Without the genetic marker, prolonged exposure could cause discomfort. I'll be careful, and I'll come back as soon as I can. We will wait, Zalara said. But be aware, the damage to your world's fields is accelerating. We have perhaps 3 of your months before certain areas become irreparable. The urgency in Zalara's voice made Sam's heart race. I'll hurry. She returned to the waiting humans. I'm ready, she told them. The journey back to the research facility was tense. Sam sat in a military vehicle, flanked by armed guards. The crystal was sealed in a metal box. Frost watched her with suspicious eyes. When they arrived, Sam was taken directly to the medical wing. Allison was waiting there looking worried. I'm so sorry, she said when they were alone. I thought you were in danger when your vitals spiked. I had to call it in. It's okay, Sam assured her. My heart rate went up because what I was learning was so amazing, not because I was afraid. Allison began running tests, blood samples, brain scans, full-body imaging. Your cellular structure looks different, she said, studying the results. There's something changing at the molecular level. Is it bad? Sam asked. Not bad, just not normal. Your cells are showing increased energy production. And there's a strange resonance pattern in your neural pathways. Allison looked up from her screens. What happened in that ship, Sam? Sam told her everything. The quantum fields, the Seraphim's mission, and the revelation about her own distant alien ancestry. That would explain these readings, Allison said. Your DNA shows subtle variations I've never seen before. They were probably always there, but now they're becoming more active. Can you help me prove to the others that the Seraphim are helping us? That I'm not brainwashed or crazy? Allison thought for a moment. The brain scans show normal activity patterns. No signs of coercion or unusual influence. That's a start. A knock at the door interrupted them. Olivia entered with Frost close behind. How is she? Olivia asked Allison. Physically, she's fine. Better than fine, actually. Her cellular regeneration rate is increased by 60%. It's like her body is aging in reverse. Frost stepped forward. And mentally? Is she compromised? Brain scans show normal activity. No evidence of external control or influence. Frost didn't look convinced. We need to debrief her properly. Find out exactly what she saw in that ship. I'll tell you everything, Sam said. But first, I want to show you something. She pointed to the metal box containing the crystal. That can share knowledge directly. It will be faster than me trying to explain. It's too risky, Frost insisted. I've analyzed the crystal, Allison said. It's emitting a low-level energy field, but nothing harmful. It appears to be some kind of data storage device. Olivia looked at the box, then at Sam. I'll try it, she decided. If it's safe for Sam, it should be safe for me. Olivia, no, Frost protested. Diana, we need to understand what we're dealing with. Sam is fine after hours of exposure. I can handle a few minutes. Olivia turned to Allison. Monitor my vitals while I use it. Reluctantly, Frost allowed Allison to open the box. The crystal glowed softly in the sterile light of the medical room. Olivia picked it up carefully. Focus your questions, Sam instructed. Think about what you want to know. Olivia closed her eyes, holding the crystal in both hands. Her face went through a series of expressions: surprise, wonder, concern, and finally understanding. After about 2 minutes, she opened her eyes and handed the crystal back to Allison. It's true, she said quietly. Everything Sam told us. The quantum fields, the damage, the Seraphim's mission to repair them. She looked at Frost. They're not a threat, Diana. They're trying to save us from ourselves. Frost looked skeptical. One rock shows you some pretty pictures and you're convinced? This could all be an elaborate deception. Then, how do you explain my improved cellular regeneration? Sam asked. Or the fact that areas Zalara has treated are showing new plant growth where nothing would grow before? Coincidence? Or alien terraforming to make Earth more suitable for them? If they wanted to take over Earth, they could have done it already, Olivia pointed out. Their technology is far beyond ours. Frost paced the room. Even if you're right, we can't just trust them blindly. We need proof that can be verified by our own scientists, not alien mind rocks. I have an idea, Sam said. The Seraphim can make the quantum fields visible to human eyes for short periods. If they did that over a major city, everyone would see the truth at once and cause mass panic, Frost countered. Not if we prepare people first. Explain what they'll see and why it matters. Olivia nodded slowly. It could work, but we'd need approval from the international coalition, and they'll want more evidence before agreeing to something so public. Then let's get them evidence, Sam said. Let me go back to the Seraphim. I can bring back samples, measurements, whatever we need to convince the coalition. Frost looked at Olivia, then at Allison. Is she medically cleared to leave? Yes, Allison said. In fact, she's healthier now than before she went to the ship. After a long pause, Frost nodded. Fine, but you're not going alone. I'm coming. With you. What? Sam was surprised. I thought you didn't trust them. I don't. But I need to see for myself what's happening. If there's even a chance you're right about this, it's too important to ignore. Frost turned to Olivia. We'll need a secure channel to report back, and a team on standby in case things go wrong. Olivia agreed. I'll make the arrangements, but please both of you be careful. If the Seraphim really are our only hope for fixing these quantum fields, we can't afford to antagonize them. They spent the rest of the night preparing. Allison gave them both medical monitors that would record everything happening in their bodies. Olivia arranged for a small team to remain just outside the exclusion zone, ready to assist if needed. By dawn, Sam and Frost were ready. They drove toward the Seraphim settlement as the sun rose, casting long shadows across the changed landscape. Areas that had been touched by Zalara's blue energy now showed signs of new life, small plants pushing through the soil, birds circling overhead. Look there. Sam pointed to a small pond they passed. That was toxic sludge 3 days ago. Now, there are fish in it. Frost remained silent, but Sam could see she was taking everything in, evaluating with a soldier's trained eye. As they approached the alien structures, the floating lights appeared again, guiding their way to the main ship. Zalara stood waiting. For them. You have returned, her voice said in Sam's mind. And you bring another. This is Diana Frost, Sam explained. She needs to see what you showed me. She needs proof she can take back to our leaders. Zalara's 6 eyes studied Frost. She carries weapons and fear. I carry caution, Frost replied, surprising Sam. Can you hear her in your mind too? Yes, Frost said. It's unsettling. Solara moved closer. You do not have the genetic marker that protects Samantha. Prolonged exposure to our energy could cause you discomfort. I'll risk it, Frost said. I need to see these quantum fields for myself. Very well, enter, but know that your weapons will not function inside our vessel. Frost hesitated, then removed her sidearm and left it in the vehicle. Lead the way. They entered the ship together. Sam watched Frost's face as she took in the organic architecture, the flowing surfaces, the gentle pulsing of light. 1 month later, the research facility near the Seraphim settlement had transformed. What began as a simple monitoring station was now a bustling international science center. Scientists from every major nation worked side by side, studying the quantum fields and the Seraphim's repair techniques. Sam stood at the window of her new office watching the activity below. Teams of researchers moved between buildings, carrying equipment and comparing notes. In the distance, the Seraphim structures gleamed in the afternoon sun. Allison entered, carrying a tablet. The latest results from your cellular scans, she said, handing it to Sam. Your regeneration rate is now 120% above normal human levels. If this continues, you might live twice as long as the average person. Sam scrolled through the data. Over the past month, she had worked directly with Solara, channeling the blue energy to repair damaged sections of the quantum field. Each session left her feeling stronger, more alert. And the others? She asked. How are they responding to the treatment? After Frost's report to the International Coalition, 19 other humans with the genetic marker had been identified and brought to the facility. Like Sam, they were learning to channel the Seraphim's energy. Their results vary, Allison said. None show quite the same level of cellular change that you do. Solara thinks it's because you were the first to make contact, that somehow created a stronger connection. A knock at the door interrupted them. Olivia entered with Diana Frost. The demonstration is ready, Olivia announced. Solara says they can make the quantum field visible over Washington, D.C. for approximately 5 minutes, enough time for the world to see it on live television. And the president has agreed? Sam asked. Frost nodded. She'll address the nation, first, explaining what people will see. The other world leaders will do the same in their countries. We're calling it the Global Awareness Event. It had taken weeks of negotiations, presentations, and evidence to convince the world's governments that the Seraphim were allies, not invaders. Some still doubted, but enough believed to move forward with the plan. What about the concerns some people raised? Allison asked. About mass panic? We've done everything possible to prepare the public, Frost said. Educational videos, expert interviews, testimonials from the marker carriers. There will still be fear, but hopefully also understanding. Sam picked up her jacket. We should get to the control room. I want to be there when it happens. They walked together through the busy hallways of the facility. Scientists and military personnel nodded respectfully as they passed. Sam was still getting used to her new status as the primary human liaison to the Seraphim. In the control room, dozens of screens showed news feeds from around the world. Presidents, prime ministers, and other leaders were addressing their nations, explaining the quantum fields and why they mattered. 2 minutes until the demonstration, a technician announced. Solara stood in the center of the room, her tall figure commanding attention. Other Seraphim were positioned around the globe, coordinating their energies for the momentary revelation. Are you ready? Sam asked her. We have prepared for this moment since our arrival, Solara replied. Today your species will truly see for the first time. On the screens, the American president finished her address. And now, citizens of Earth, prepare to witness something extraordinary. The invisible shield that protects our planet, made visible through the help of our Seraphim allies. Solara raised her 4-fingered hands. The crystal crown around her head expanded fully, pieces moving in complex patterns. The other Seraphim in the room did the same, creating a synchronized energy field. Now, Solara said. A pulse of blue energy radiated from each seraphim around the world. On the screens, people in Washington, D.C. looked up in awe as the sky seemed to split open, revealing layers of shimmering light surrounding the Earth. The quantum fields became visible to every human eye, including the damaged areas that looked like dark holes in the protective layers. For 5 minutes, humanity saw their planet as the seraphim saw it. Beautiful, precious, and in danger. News anchors struggled to find words. People in the streets pointed and took videos. Some cried, some prayed, but no one could deny what they were seeing. As the fields faded from human sight, the control room erupted in applause. The demonstration had worked perfectly. Phase 1 complete, Frost said. Now we move to Phase 2. Phase 2 was the Global Repair Initiative. With the world now aware of the quantum fields, governments had agreed to support the Seraphim's work. Resources were being directed to help locate more humans with the genetic marker. Industries were being asked to modify technologies that damage the fields. We should celebrate, Olivia suggested. This is a historic day. Later that evening, humans and Seraphim gathered in the large meeting hall at the facility. It was an unusual sight. Tall aliens with crystal crowns mingling with humans in lab coats and military uniforms. Yet the atmosphere was one of cautious optimism. Sam found Zilara standing near a window looking up at the stars. "You're thinking about home?" Sam guessed. "Yes," Zilara admitted. "Our world orbits a star much like yours, though farther from here than your technology can yet reach. Will you go back someday?" "Perhaps. When our work here is complete." Zilara turned to face Sam. "There is something I have not yet told you, about the genetic marker you carry." Sam waited, sensing this was important. The Seraphim who remained on Earth long ago did not merely live alongside humans. They had a purpose. Zilara's 6 eyes blinked in sequence. "They seeded the marker in your species' genetic code intentionally, knowing that someday it would be needed." "They knew the quantum fields would be damaged?" Sam asked, surprised. "They foresaw the possibility. As your species developed technology, the risk increased. The marker was insurance. A way to ensure that when we returned, we would find humans capable of helping us repair the damage." Sam took a moment to absorb this revelation. "So my ancestors planned for this moment, thousands of years ago?" "Yes. You are not here by accident, Samantha Reeves. Your existence has purpose." It was a profound thought, that her distant ancestors had created a genetic pathway stretching across millennia, leading directly to this moment in time. Is that why I always felt different? Why I was drawn to the stars? The marker carries more than just physical traits, Zilara explained. It creates a resonance with Seraphim energy, a connection across space and time. Frost approached them, looking uncharacteristically relaxed. "The president just called. Public response is overwhelming, mostly positive. People want to help. They're asking what they can do." "That is excellent news," Zilara said. "The more cooperation we have, the faster the repairs will progress." "There's something else," Frost added. "Intelligence reports indicate that certain groups are already trying to weaponize knowledge of the quantum fields. They're looking for ways to create targeted damage rather than repair it." Sam sighed. Some things about humanity hadn't changed. "We'll need to be vigilant. Monitor research, protect the marker carriers." "Already on it," Frost assured her. "We've established a security protocol for everyone involved in the project." A commotion at the entrance drew their attention. A young woman was being escorted into the hall by security officers. She looked around with wide eyes until she spotted Sam. "Dr. Reeves," she called out, moving toward them. "I had to meet you. I'm Lucy Bennett. I just found out I have the marker." Sam welcomed her warmly. "When did you learn about it?" "After the demonstration today. I've always been able to see strange lights around people and objects. My parents thought I had vision problems, but doctors never found anything wrong. When I saw the quantum fields today, it was like seeing a clearer version of what I've glimpsed my whole life." Zilara studied the newcomer with interest. You have a particularly strong expression of the marker. Your ability to perceive the fields naturally is rare. Lucy looked up at the alien queen with wonder rather than fear. Can you teach me to help fix them? Like Dr. Reeves does. That is why we are here, Zalara said gently. As more humans with the marker were discovered and brought to the facility, Sam took on the role of trainer and mentor. She showed them how to safely channel the seraphim energy, how to focus it on damaged areas of the fields. 3 months after the global awareness event, Sam stood with Zalara on a hillside overlooking what had once been a heavily polluted industrial zone. Now it was transformed, not just clean but vibrant with new life. Plants grew in soil that had been dead for decades. Birds nested in young trees. A small stream ran clear and sparkling through the valley. The repair is permanent? Sam asked. Yes, Zalara confirmed. Once healed, the quantum field in this area will remain stable. The physical environment follows the pattern of the field. And we've made progress since we started working together? Significant progress. With 27 human conduits now active, we have repaired 18% of the critical damage. At this rate, the most dangerous breaks will be fixed within 2 years. Sam felt a deep satisfaction. The work was challenging. Channeling the energy left her exhausted after each session. But seeing the results made every effort worthwhile. There will be more challenges ahead, Zalara warned. As your world's industries adapt to protect the fields, economic and political tensions will arise.